Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedasi Raghunathaaya Nathaya Sitayah Patayee Namaha. Yuddha chapter number 129. The message of Maruti to Bharatha. The recitation begins now. Friend, it is now many years since my Lord went into the Dandaka forest. Now only I have good news of him. I find that the saying that even if one has to wait for 100 years for happiness, one finds it at last true. How did Raghava and the monkeys come to become friends? Where and what for? Tell me. Thus questioned, Hanuman was mightily pleased with the opportunity to describe the wonderful deeds of Lord Rama and said, Lord Bharatha, you know how Rama was exiled as a result of the two boons to your mother by the king, how Dasharatha died of grief for the separation of his son, how messengers brought you back to Ayodhya, how you refused to accept the kingdom, how you, though fit to rule the earth, went to Chitrakuta and offered the kingdom to Rama and entreated him to return to Ayodhya, how he refused your request, and how you returned with the sacred sandals of Lord Rama. Let me recount what happened after your return to Ayodhya. The beasts, birds, and the sages in the woods were greatly disturbed by the sight of strangers and the movement of the large army. Rama and Lakshmana therefore entered the Dandaka forest. While passing through that terrible forest filled with wild elephants, lions, and tigers, there appeared before them Bharatha the Rakshasa. He was killed and buried in a big pit. That evening, they reached Sharbhanga's ashrama. When the sage ascended to heaven, they paid their respects to all the rishis and went to live in Janasthana. While there, the Rakshasi Shurpanakha implored Rama to take her as his wife. Her ears and nose having been cut off by Lakshmana, she appealed to her relatives Khara and Dushana for revenge. They used to molest the ascetics and defile sacrifices. They, with 14,000 Rakshasas, attacked Rama, and they were all killed within a yama, a fourth of a day, by Rama single-handedly. Shurpanakha then approached Ravana, who directed Maricha, disguised as a golden deer, to play before the ashrama within the sight of Sita. Seeing that lovely deer set with gems, she said to Rama eagerly, Beloved, this creature is very beautiful. Capture it for me. It will add to the charm and beauty of our abode. Then Rama, carrying a bow, went a long way in pursuit of the deer and killed it. Maricha, before dying, cried out, simulating Rama's voice, Ha Lakshmana, Ha Sita. Hearing the cry and fearing some mishap to Rama, Sita sent out Lakshmana. At that time, Ravana entered the hut and carried away Sita as the planet Buddha grabs Rohini. Jatayu, the eagle, Dasharatha's great friend, fought a terrible battle with Ravana, trying to stop him. Wounding Jatayu mortally, Ravana resumed his journey through the sky. With Sugriva and other monkeys, I was then seated on the Rishamukha hill. All of us wondered when we saw a Rakshasa dragging away the most beautiful lady who was crying out, Rama, Rama. Ravana then entered Lanka and, placing Sita in his palace, tried in many ways to mollify her and make her accede to his wishes. Sita, however, treated him as a speck of dust, and with all her thoughts centered in Rama, she ignored the Rakshasa completely. Ravana then imprisoned her in the Ashoka grove where the Rakshasi used to guard over her. Having killed Maricha, Rama returned to his abode, and finding that Sita was missing, he began to search for her. He grieved to see Jatayu mortally wounded. He heard from him what had happened to Sita, and when Jatayu died, Rama performed the cremation ceremonies for him. Searching for Sita thereafter, Rama and Lakshmana came to the banks of the river Godavari and entered the greatest forest in the neighborhood. There they found Kabanda the Rakshasa and killed him. At his bidding, the two went to Rishamukha hill and met Sugriva there, and Sugriva and he liked each other at the first sight. Sugriva was then hiding in the Rishamukha hill, having been driven out of his kingdom by his brother Vali. As they told their stories to each other and saw how they could be mutually helpful, their friendship grew. Vali the mighty was then killed by Rama. Sugriva was made the chief of monkeys and the ruler of their kingdom. Sugriva then vowed to find a Sita for Rama. 100 million monkeys were sent in all directions to search for Sita. Of these, we who had been sent to the south lost a great deal of time in the Vindhya mountains. Then we heard from Sampati, the older brother of Jatayu, that Sita was kept in custody in Lanka. When the Vanaras that were with me were filled with dismay as to how to cross the ocean, I flew across the distance of 100 yojanas, reached Lanka, and there I beheld Sita in the Ashokavana, wearing a single piece of cloth, alone, torn with grief and with her thoughts centered on Rama. Approaching her and acquainting her with all that had happened, I gave her the ring sent by Rama as a token of recognition and then won her confidence. Having heard her reply and receiving the Chudamani, the crest jewel, I recrossed the ocean and came back to the Vanaras, who were mightily pleased with the news. The reply of Sita was conveyed to Rama and the Chudamani was handed over to him. The news that Maithili was alive revived Rama even as a draught of nectar restores to life one who is almost dead. Rama made up his mind to destroy his enemies like the sun destroying the universe during Pralaya. He came to the ocean shore with the monkey armies and made Nala construct a bridge over the ocean. Crossing over, the Lord besieged Lanka. Prahasta was killed by Nila, Kumbhakarna and Ravana were killed by Rama, and Indrajit was killed by Lakshmana. Then Indra, Varuna, Yama, Paramashiva, Dasharatha and the Deva Rishis appeared before him and granted him various boons. The dead monkeys were restored to life. Accompanied by them all, he came to Kishkinda in the Pushpaka car. Today he is with Bharadwaja in his hermitage on the banks of River Ganga. Tomorrow, when Pushya rises, he will certainly be here. Bharata, with joined palms, heard Hanuman speak thus, worshipped Rama mentally and said, Anjaneya, after all, my heart's desire is now fulfilled, and thus filled the heart of Hanuman with gladdening words. Mangalam Koshalendraya Mahaniya Gunabde Chakravarti Dhanarjaya Sarva Bhaumaya Mangalam.